going on? What's popping? What's cackalaacking?
What is the deal? What's going on, shorty?
Right.
Get it, shorty. What y'all doing?
Who's that, Lloyd?
I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was Lloyd. I think that was that like the only song he had? Like the only?
That's the only one that I know.
Yeah, I don't think I
could have theoretically had, tons of other albums.
Oh, wait.
That's the only one that I remember.
Did I ever tell you about there is a friend of one of our brothers who said he made a comment and it started off with Busy Bones was the Michael Jackson of rap.
Yes, I remember that conversation. And we had a conversation on the show about that. And I was like,
oh, we did talk about it. Okay.
We did.
It just brought that back to me. And I was like, bitch, what?
Say what now?
I was like, what? What are we talking about? Like, anyway, that just took me. It was like,
what now?
Busy Bone said, who?
Right.
Like, what? How did you put them two in the same conversation? Like, the same sentence? Like, what? But anyway.
And of all the rappers,
that was my thing. I was like, first of all, only reason I know who he is because you said Busy Bones. Because the Bones part, if you just said Busy, I'd be like, I don't know what that is. You say Bones, I'm thinking Bone Thugs and Harmony. So it's like, all right, cool, whatever. But he was so serious. Like it was one of those things where it's like,
were they high when they said this?
They were not.
Hey, Miss Sugar Snap, thank you. I'm glad you liked the shirt. We actually did. We did not do this on purpose.
Did not. Yeah, we did not.
When I answered the door, I was like, you know what? You know what that is called? Synergy.
That's what we are. We're right there. Mm-hmm.
My heart, my love is your love, and your love is my love. Our love is here to stay. Hey. We just really mixed two songs.
Oh, which one?
The second one was Got to Be Real.
Because I was like, yeah, we got to be real. And I was like, were you Whitney Houston?
First one is Whitney Houston.
Yeah, I was like, because we kind of, but that's all right that we played it off.
But
we was there. We was there.
You
We was
know
right there. We was right there.
You know what that is called? Coordinate. Mm-hmm. Remix. Boom shakalaka, boom shakalaka, boom boom,
my
shakalaka, boom
love
shakalaka,
is
boom
your
shakalaka, boom
love
shakalaka,
is
boom boom,
got
shakalaka,
to
boom shakalaka,
be
boom boom, boom.
real.
Bam.
Look at that. Any producers that want to call, listen,
right here.
Swiss, y'all trying to call Swiss Beats? I mean, listen, Jeff, whoever, Khaled, you trying to call? Like, what's up? Because we can do another one. It's the BGKH show with Dominion and Epic. Oh, we are here. We are queer. Bitch, get into that right here. Talented. Multifaceted. Multifaceted.
One more. 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom shakalaka, 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 boom boom. See? And then we circle that shit.
That was the remix. Back. Listen, y'all wasn't even you're not even ready. Because y'all were not ready. Because then when the beat was getting ready to drop, you just like I'm telling you, you weren't you can't. Right. Exactly. I just can't. I can't listen. Y'all gotta pay. We can't do no more because y'all gotta pay.
I feel like we was giving away too much.
It's too much. We can't do that. We can't do no more.
And boom. There we go. All right. So, how was your week?
Jesus. My week has been very interesting so far. Not in a bad way, but just interesting.
Do you like this candle? Do you smell the candle?
I do not smell the candle.
And, well, you don't smell farts, which is good. Because I walked out of the room.
First of all, we got to give it a 10 for not smelling the fart.
Right.
Not even leaving a remnant of the fart.
Because this is a relatively, Studio D.
Well, I mean, but you have
the Gay Boy Mansion, Studio D is a more intimate studio.
The filtration system, the air system that's what you're doing.
So
here.
after I got Studio D set up, I walked out of the room and I came back and I was like, ooh, you can smell the farts. Because I had beans earlier. I had my fresh shave candle up, and so I was like, okay, great. And we put on the fan, so the filtration system is up and running, and we are good to go. So that's good.
I'm going back to my week. So,
your week.
It's been interesting.
Weeky.
No, kind of out of the wiki, out of the ordinary, because we had a retreat that kind of lasted forever.
Oh yeah, how did that? The one that went over Friday.
It was Friday, ridiculous. And Monday. Like, why are we doing this again? And so it dragged on into Monday, and then this is also. Anything? Did we learn anything as far as my office or my department? I learned that the entire institution has no idea of what we did and how it affected them.
So it was a university-wide retreat, or just for your department?
It's just a college. It's not. It's a small, but
enterprise-wide.
Right? Yes, enterprise-wide. But because we small, we're small. But anyway, but
small but mighty.
We're gonna go with that. So yes, but then I also this week has started off it's carried over from last week. So we had a hot water issue.
At the house or at the school?
At the house.
Oh.
The hot water heater went out. And so a bitch has been taking cold showers. And
is that what that meant? Bath. I saw your post and I was like, oh, she must have ran late, or somebody used up all the hot water.
A cold shower because there was no motherfucking hot water.
How long did it take to get resolved?
Well, the resolving it wasn't the issue, because it could have been resolved in the same day. The issue was most hot water heaters are 50-gallon tanks. We needed 75-gallon, and they don't necessarily have them in stock right away. You had to order them. So that's where the issue was. So when we finally got it, that was fine. But the problem was when it burst, you had to, if you turned if you turned it on, the water and stuff would still run out, but it would still run down the drain. What was able to come out, but then the water would be on for a minute. So you get a little bit of hot water, but not a whole lot.
Yeah.
So we were trying to time it. But again, a cold shower it wasn't the move. It's just not the move. And you think that you can do it, but maybe when you have to do it, you do it. But I was going to work and I had like soap on, because I was like, fuck this shit. This water's too cold. I didn't put soap and stuff, and I was like, fuck, I ain't just I was wiping shit off. I ain't doing this.
Ooh, my Lord.
I was just I'm at work is that soap in my ear? I was like, what? It was just a lot.
Yeah, probably.
But yes, that resolved itself, and so it's been good. Other than that, I've had some really interesting conversations with some friends, and hopefully we have new people that have tuned in. I was talking to a very good friend of mine, and hopefully she tuned in, but I'll see. But I wanted to go back and say hello to everyone. Hey, Eccentric. Hey, Coyote. Hey, Legionnaire. Miss Sugar Snap. Hey, Cousin. How y'all doing? And everybody else out there. So, but yes, that was my week. But jumping into yours, how was your week?
It was good. I did not have hot water problems. If anything, when people come here to this house,
it's too fucking hot.
It's like the water's hot as shit. You know why that is? It's because when I moved into this house, as I was doing the walkthrough, I was with the person who built the house, and he showed me how to adjust. He was a nice black guy, but he's still a developer, a contractor. So wasn't no phone outlets in the house, but that was a separate issue, which was fine. So
because you just have to contact Verizon and call it a day, yeah,
right. Or no, you don't contact Verizon. You contact a dude who charges you $50 but it was like a real dude, not like some moron. It was it was the contractor that he usually uses. But the upside of that is
Mac?
All of the cable and phone outlets in this house are exactly where I want them to be. So there's no running cables all around the house. Okay. But anyway, so when I moved in, the hot water is usually set 125, 130, whatever the normal set point is. I bumped that shit up.
See, you sound like
it's almost McDonald's coffee hot.
You sound like the bestie. Every time I go into his house, I have to turn the hot water because I'm always burning my hands ow! Because I'm like, first of all, you're dead in the fingers. Anytime you have the fucking water that damn hot that you put your hands in it, you're dead in the fingers. That's what's wrong with it. But he's not watching. But if he is, girl, you're dead in the fingers.
Right. And so, I got that fixed. But this week, the thing that I had to deal with was the HVAC unit. So, this house is 2 levels. So I have an upstairs unit.
Did you have another issue with that, though? Was it?
Girl.
It was,
It's the same fucking one.
Well, at least you ain't got it. Well, hopefully, this is the thing that you didn't have to pay.
This. So whenever, because
I remember it was like a whole issue.
I had to have the unit replaced. And I was like, okay, I need to have this unit replaced. This is under warranty, right? It was like, yeah. So it's like, okay, so when are y'all coming out? Okay, so Mrs. Swilling, so it'll be a total of $2,200. I was like, It's supposed to be under warranty. But that doesn't include the labor and all of the blah, blah, blah.
So you're...
I will say that with the warranty, I only had to pay $2,000. Without the warranty, I would have had to buy a brand new $12,000 system. So,
okay, I mean, you choose, you pick your option. I mean, you pick your, you pick your battles.
On the bright side.
Okay, all right, okay.
Here is a pile of shit.
All right, yes. Okay, I get it.
You look on the shiny side.
I get it.
Of the pile of shit.
I get it.
I only had to pay
$12,000 or $2,000.
Exactly.
Okay, okay.
This was the same thing. Okay. So this brand new unit, I have had problems with it almost from day one. The latest thing is you'll turn it on, and it hadn't been as much of a problem in the winter, because in the winter that unit is really just pulling. It's a heat pump, so it's pulling cold air out of the house. But the house is really, the upstairs is really being heated by the attic unit.
Mm-hmm.
But in the summer, it's going to be a problem, because then you're really expecting that outside unit to do its job and provide cool air up here. And today, of course, it was 80 fucking degrees. So I'm glad I got that shit fit yesterday. So he was like, oh, so I called a warranty company and they denied the claim. So, I was ready to call them girls. It was like, what the fuck is going on? Girl, y'all better have my shit. Ooh, you better have my shit together. Ooh,
Listen.
And then I didn't get a chance to, it was a black guy who would come by, because, they have a contractor that comes out and service it or whatever. And he was like, oh, well, Choice Home Warranty denied your claim. And I got on the thing. I was like, your claim has been denied because this unit is still under the manufacturer's warranty. Okay. So then the black guy was like, so you can call them, do all of that. And he said, or we could call them. I was like, you can call them?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then just take care of it.
Yeah, knock yourself out.
And it still cost me $400.
But in comparison,
to fix some shit.
but in comparison, $400, and we use the same equation compared to $4,000 probably. I'm just saying.
No, to replace the fan, the fan motor that was broken was like $600. So I only ended up saving like $200. $200 is $200. But Absolutely. Still, my thing is, this is a brand new fucking system. So I feel, anyway. So it's all taken care of.
Okay.
So just like when the water heater, I came downstairs one day, this was like a year ago. It's like, what is that hissing sound? So it wasn't the water heater, but the water heater has a little expansion tank that sits above it. And that had sprung a leak, and all of the drywall was wet and everything. And so I turned off the water to the house, called the warranty company, and they was like, that's not covered. I was like, what the fuck you mean that's not covered? Oh, bitch, I cussed them all the way. And I was trying to be nice to this girl that was on the phone, but I was like, this is ridiculous. What the fuck do I have a home warranty for?
Right.
If some shit on it don't go.
Covered.
But then apparently I did some research, and lots of people have had this. It's a little tank that, whatever.
Okay.
No warranty company covers it. So I had to suddenly come out of my pocket with like $600. So these are the things that are annoying about home ownership, but I will still tell you that owning a home has been the best move I've ever made in my life. So that was that. Work still continues to be worky. Okay. They've been talking about going back to the office. I'm like, I'll do whatever is. I referred my boss to the statement of the big boss saying that our work can be done wherever.
Right.
And also to the big boss's statement that when I move to Florida, there's no reason for me to leave this job. Okay. So I don't see why I should have to go back on May the 2nd. But if in the short term, I think that was what he was saying to me. But his subordinate, who was my boss, is like, yeah, but you can't be having a different policy for one person. Yes, Brian's doing a great job, but it's not good for morale to be like, all you other broke bitches got to come in the office every day, but Brian. And because, I'm going to be like,
fuck you hoes. I ain't
it sucks to be you. Do a better job, and then you get to work from home like I do, because it's so funny when we have meetings and people are on camera, and when people turned on their camera, I was like, oh, y'all put on clothes for this meeting? I mean, I have on clothes, but always have on like a onesie or something. I mean, they be all dressed business casual. But then I realized that
business casual on the top and they got raggedy ass holes in the
whatever
door.
They have on. Yeah. But remember, most of these people are married and or have kids. Well, so they can't just be walking around in the same onesie. I would say
in my house, in home where daddy is, right. This is what we gonna get. That's what we gonna get. Now I'm gonna try my best to make sure I don't blow your nose apart when I drop a bomb and I get a little funky, right. But no, this is home. What the fuck?
Exactly. Hey Atlas. Hey Master Mac. So that was it. So other than that, the week was good. We got a lot of news to get to, so I feel like we should just get to
Come on, let's jump on in this stuff.
The first thing today, we got the announcement.
Well, let's bring it out. Let's go through the.
All right, so let's start with Ketanji Brown Jackson being confirmed to the Supreme Court.
It's a good day to be a Sigma Gamma Rho. So listen, I know y'all.
Sigma Gamma Rho?
Yes, she is. Okay. So I know they're gonna be partying hardy.
They got a AKA is vice president. They got a Sigma Gamma Rho.
Oh my God. The Delta Sigma Theta and Zeta Phi Beta is probably like, bitch, what we gonna do now?
Right. Who we got? Who we
gonna do now?
Who we gonna get?
What we gonna do now? We gotta do something.
So we got to get somebody. We got to make somebody an honorary.
They got to do something. They got to do something. So we'll see what they're gonna do. I don't know. But Shirley Chisholm did run for president.
Yes.
So, but then again, I don't even know what
I mean, the shade though. I mean, it's shady, but it's accurate. Most people do not know who Shirley Chisholm is. If you were to go in schools right now and ask the kids, and these are high school kids,
that is absolutely true.
Like, who is Shirley Chisholm? A few people might know, but generally they don't because they don't even teach history and stuff like that.
Listen, I mean, okay.
Even if you were to go like to a historically black college, I feel like a lot of people would not know who Shirley Chisholm is. I'm not saying that is a good thing.
It's a bad thing. Yeah, it's a bad thing.
But I'm just saying it's an is thing. Right. It's a fact.
So I'm thinking that if you maybe Shirley Chisholm and then what? Zora Neale Hurston.
Again, these people are all dead. So
okay. All right.
She's a Zeta. She is a Zeta.
I tried.
I'm not saying that as like
no. I'm just saying they're not alive.
Someone who was a contemporary that would be like, oh, it would be great to know that,
actually, I thought what's her face's.
I'm sure someone in Congress is a Delta.
Yeah, but I thought that what's her face's team that on Kamala's team, I thought one of them was a Delta. Or was
again, it's names that people know.
Okay, well, all right.
So anyway, so congratulations. So on a vote of 53 to 47, Kamala Harris confirmed that she was appointed as an associate justice of the U.S. Supreme Court. So congratulations to her,
Ketanji Brown Jackson. Mm-hmm. Listen, I'm here for the name though. What's your name? Ketanji Brown Jackson.
And they're gonna be fucking it up.
Oh my God!
Like it's 3 syllables.
Somebody
Ketanji,
and it's going to be some. Here's what it's going to be. It's going to be some super uber conservative Republican from deep in the heart of somewhere. It's like the.
Meanwhile, y'all out here pronouncing Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Schwarzenegger,
and I have nothing against Arnold Schwarzenegger, but it's taking the time to learn people's names. I was on TikTok the other day, and there was this Vietnamese woman who was saying, what's your Vietnamese name and what's your American name?
I just had this conversation today.
And this black woman said the same thing that I said. She was like, no, tell me your Vietnamese name.
What is your name?
I'm going to learn your name because that's your name. That's the name that your parents gave you, that you were given. And don't make concessions to the lazy American tongue.
Right.
People will learn the names that they want to fucking learn.
As long as you just pronounce your name and keep it moving. And I get it. Some people, if it's multi-syllable, if
it doesn't follow standard,
it doesn't follow
American rules of pronunciation,
that's fine. Just tell me how to pronounce it. That's it. That's all I ask.
Right. I mean, you are owed the respect of having your name pronounced the way that it is supposed to. So I do that a lot, particularly with people from South Asia. So, Indians, Pakistanis, people from that part of the world, it's like,
and that's always been a thing.
It's just respect.
Yeah, it's always been a thing for me because I hate when people, because again, I hate when people shorten my name, and it's like, well, don't shorten my name. Like This is my name. Like I don't particularly care for it, but this is my name, call me that. And you feel like an ass when you tell people that, but then it's like, no, that's my fucking name. Like I don't want to. Like no, just call me what the fuck I asked you to call me.
Right.
So, what's going on here? What's this?
It's
that's what's her face?
Yeah, she's a mess.
Okay.
We'll talk about that later.
All right.
I mean, not really.
That's what we're gonna call it what it is.
I she's not my favorite. This I don't know why it's not pulling up on my TikTok. Anyway, follow up on Stunt Queen of the Week last week, Miss Todrick. So I'm trying to remember because I can't pull up the TikTok that was talking about it. So
I'm listening.
Not only is he $60,000 in debt, but he all of the furniture, all of that. So it's just like a whole mess that's going on.
You still can't get it. Okay.
Yeah, so I could probably pull it up on my phone, but it's not that critical.
Okay.
So anyway, she's still a stunt queen. All right.
She is. Yeah, she has been the stunt queen at this particular point. So
let me tell you this story. Listen to the story about a man named Jed, a poor mountaineer, barely kept the family fed. Then one day he was shooting at some crude, and up through the ground comes some bubbling crude oil. That is black gold, Texas tea. Well, the kinfolk said, Jed, move away from there. They said California is a place they ought to be. So he loaded up that hunk of shit he called a truck and moved to Beverly Hills, that is. Swimming pools, movie stars. I can't say the rest because it was very offensive.
We are really showing our age.
We are. That was Andrew Dice Clay. That used to be the shit back in the day.
Well, yeah, but it was, it's from the right. And I watched
the Beverly Hills Billies. Yes.
Yeah.
So a couple of days ago, I think it was over the weekend. I posted my best album cover photo from my Cancun trip.
Oh, was that the bubbles? That was the bubbles. Okay.
Bubbles. Betty
that
Bubbles.
that is. We were talking about that. That's a good album cover.
Yes, and so somebody friended me, and I knew what it was going to be. You can tell what's they giving. So you look at it, and it's like, we got some friends in common, but not enough. And he was like, okay, but fine, because if you say something crazy, I can always block you.
And always start something like, oh my God, that is such a nice picture.
Right. So let me see. Do I have a conversation? I'm sure I do. That was on Saturday, I think. Yes, here he is. All right. I'm not going to give you the whole rundown, but let me start at the beginning. How are you doing today, sir? Fine, thanks, blah, blah, blah. This is an extraordinary picture. The rest of the pictures don't look like this. His third
catfish.
No, I mean, I know what he looks like. I'm
just
saying he chose a very good angle and everything. And depending on what you like, he might be cute to you. But he's also a pastor of a church. So if I was at all interested, then that's a nopey nope, a nopey nope to me. So he says, so his third message to me is, can we chat to get to know each other, sir? And I say, I'm always down to meet new people, but having gone through this before, I want to be absolutely clear that I'm not interested in making sexual contact or having any kind of sex-related conversations. So then he starts talking about what Onyx is. And then so I tell him what Onyx is. Then he says, also, I know you are in a relationship with your partner, but both of you are sexy. I was like, okay, here we go. Starting down the road. So then, may I ask you a personal question? Sure. Do you have threesomes with your slave or not? And I'm like, here we go. And he says, I'm sorry if you're insulted. It's like, yes, we do have threesomes with my boys. The other thing and blah, blah, I'm not insulted. Who is your other partner? That's none of your business, but I just said.
None of your business, ho.
Right. I said, but he lives in Cleveland. And he says, I need to be a slut for a weekend for a couple or a group of leather men. I want daddy dicks in my tight hole. I am hairy and thick, and I have not been fucked in 3 years. Red flag. In this day and age, if you haven't had sex in 3 years, that's entirely voluntary.
Yeah,
I said, so why have you been celibate for 3 years? Busy at work and blah, blah, blah. So blah, blah, blah.
But you got a partner too.
And so on and so forth. And then he says, then this is where it starts to go left.
No, it already started going left.
It did. It went very left. He said, I like sexy older men with kink and class and substance, blah, 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 blah. He asked me, do I eat ass and can you handle a tight hole? So he asked me if I was freaky. And I said, that's in the eye of the beholder. I'll just say that I have experience in a significant number of kinks. To which he says, do you eat ass and can you handle a tight hole? I said, yes, I can do these things, but I don't consider either of those freaky. Those are standard sexual activities.
Right. Like,
and then he says, could you put me in a swing and suck my toes and open my blah, blah, blah. And then he says, what are my kinks? And then he posted this picture from when we were
that's all of us
Lauderdale. And then basically he wants us all to run a train on him. So then we're talking about all of this. And I said, do you play with these men or do you just hang out? I said, these men, and including Master Mac. Now I would, Master Mac, hey. If you were ever down, but we know, child, she be, well, you're versatile. I am not. So
wait a minute.
So, but anyway, so he posted that picture. Mac will remember this from when we were poolside in Fort Lauderdale. And he says, do you play or just hang out? I said, these are my friends and brothers. We do not play together. And I said, it's a common misconception that we spend all our time fucking one another. And he says, didn't they always do that shit? Well, so what do you want to know about me? Nigga, nothing. I don't want to know anything. You hit me up out of the blue. This wasn't us having a mutual conversation. Ooh. And then here come the husband like, wait a minute.
No. So wait a minute. So then you raise the question again. So I will not raise the question, but so the statement is, hubby, if you wanted to get in there as well,
right. Let's just be very clear, Robert, we're not excluding you from this list. But he came in like,
listen,
but hold on. That's not the angry. That's the devil. Okay, good. So he's down with it. He's down.
Okay. Listen.
Yeah,
wait.
We're a little bit distant, so we had to pull out a.
And let's also raise the question for the pup.
Oh, all of them. The whole Mac Pack could get it. We could all have a wonderful time, but that's generally not the nature of our relationships. No. Like I said, so that's like a common misconception. Whatever. And then he says, what do you want to know about me? And it's like, I don't want to know anything about you because you literally just hit me up out of the blue and started asking if I wasn't the kind of person that I am and took sort of the mission to explain about onyx and kinks and fetishes personally, I could be very offended by this line of commentary because you're asking extremely personal questions and already done told you because, listen.
Wait a minute. Oh, Legionnaire.
Not just thirsty, but parched. But here's my thing. The issue with that is, let's just be clear. When you friend me on Facebook, right? I review your profile and you go into a couple of categories. The first category means never going to get it, 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 never going to get it. Woo, 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 woo. So that's category 1. Category 2 is, well, she's kind of cute. Category 3, well, first category is I'm going to deny this friend request. Second category is never going to get it, but I'm going to accept it.
Right.
Third category is she's kind of cute, so I'm going to accept it, but not going to do anything about it. The fourth category is like, oh, he's cute, and I accept the friend request, and then I hit you up. That has happened out of the 5,000 Facebook friends I've had. That has happened to maybe 10 people. Yeah. So I almost never friend someone specifically because I think they're attractive or accept their friend request because I think they're attractive.
I did that to one person.
I mean, when I first started on Facebook.
But we're still friends. We're still friends to this day. Yeah.
So when I first accepted his friend request, I'd already gone through your pictures and been like, never gonna get it, never. At least I was humming it in the background. And then as we started chatting, I went back more and saw that he was a pastor and all of this other stuff. And he's like in North Carolina. Nothing wrong with North Carolina. But I was like, okay, so closeted. I'm just making all of these assumptions, but the body style, it just wasn't my type. I wasn't seeing it at all. And then I had already told him that I was not interested in it. Then he sent me this old saggy booty picture.
It's not.
It's a no for me.
It's not saggy per se, and it's
a long booty.
He's
got a Lizzo booty.
It's long.
He got a long crack.
It's long,
and that's fine.
I mean,
I've had sex with people that have long cracks, and it's just lovely. But all of this and the conversation and not having sex in 3 years, so it was like he is. Let's put it this way: he is not unattractive. And if he came to blackout and we was all like,
and the lights is off
in the orgy room,
and I felt,
he might get it.
Yeah, and I felt the hole, and I felt
but all of this, it just felt like a lot. So all of that is to say, and then so I said, "Am I your type?" Or no? I said, I never want to hurt anyone's feelings. I should have just said no. Shouldn't I have? But what I said was, my type is very wide ranging. So yes, but I'm not looking for anything at the moment. When I'm at home in DC, I rarely play with anyone other than the slave or my boys. When I travel, I go to the sex club or fuck someone in the club bathroom because I don't need to lie about what the fuck I do. He says, I want to go with you then. And I told him where the sex clubs are. I said there are 2 in Philly and 2 in DC and 1 in Philly that I'm aware of, but I don't go to any of them. And he says, why not? Because I have a slave and 2 boys who literally do whatever I want. So I don't need to go to sex clubs and all of that when Matt said, I saw hands go up. You're seeing a leg go up too. Letting them know you still got it.
Oh, bitch. Did you see that picture of Jennifer Lewis?
Yes, with that leg vertical.
Jennifer Lewis was at like 11 o'clock with that leg. I said, but you gotta come on.
And so I said, I have a slave and 2 boys who will literally do everything I want. I only do sex clubs when I travel as part of the adventure. I don't need to do that kind of thing.
Yeah, bitch, because you be on, bitch, you be like, it's 7:57. I've been in here for 18 minutes. I done dropped 6 nuts. Like, bitch, what you gonna do?
You are exaggerating. It was at least an hour and a half, 2 hours.
I am trying to feel my way around this place.
But when I did go to the sex club the last time, in like 45 minutes, I had gotten at least. Listen, because I be saving my nuts up when I go to the sex club because I don't necessarily jerk off all the time, especially if I know I'm gonna go to the sex club. So I've been saving up. But in like 45 minutes, I had gotten like 3 nuts and I was like ready to go. But I was like, bitch, I paid $30 to get in this bitch. I feel like
that was $10 a nut. Like,
exactly. So it's like I need to say. So I
get more for your money.
I stayed like 3 more hours and pop up. So like when I went to
at least 3 more nuts.
When I went to I had my pill for the whole shot for my injectable prep. Gotcha. And because I'm still part of the study, they ask you questions about your sexual history. So said in the last 60 days, I was like, oh no, just the one. And then I was like, let me go back. If 2 + 2 is 4 and 4 + 4 is 8. What day you say? You say 60 days? So let me look at the calendar. Oh, so that's the 13th, the 12th. So that's February the 12th. Oh, well, we need to up that. He was like, what? So she was halfway being funny. She was like, so what? 2 or 3? I was like,
listen,
let's just say 12 and we'll just make it an even dozen.
I love my doctor because when I go in, and she is the most stereotypically Jewish woman on the planet. Mm-hmm. Nasally voice, sound. She's sweet as pie.
Sounds like she's Fran Drescher.
Yes, she really does. But like the educated side, and that's exactly. And I'm like, so when she says, I'm like, listen, I need to. She's like, let's get a full run, a full panel on it. And I'm like, yeah, all of that. Yeah. And she's like, do we need to let me give you some more content? And I'll be like, I don't need those. Can we get the full panel first? Right. Figure out what we got going on. Save them for somebody that's, that's trying to not be where I'm at. Like, if that's what the panel says. Like, come on now.
One of the questions they always ask is, do you have any concerns for exposure to HIV? And 90% of the time, I'm like, no, not at all. Because I'm only playing with one person who is on PrEP.
Right.
And the other person that I play with, I use condoms with. But whenever I come back from Florida, it's like, do you have any concerns for exposure to HIV? I'm like,
yes.
No.
Can we get a full panel first?
Right, but just in case.
Can we get a full panel? Right.
Well, they do. Part of the thing is that you get tested for HIV so as he's asking the question, she's already dipping the little strip in the blood to get the rapid HIV test. But she's like, so do you have any concerns about exposure to HIV? And I'm like, no.
Listen.
Because I'm dependent. Listen, I am trusting in the Lord. And by the Lord, I mean this cabotegravir.
All I'm saying is the HIV is one thing, but baby, all these other things that run out here. Can we get that full panel, please? Because listen, I'm gonna go ahead on record. I'm gonna put this out there, and I'm gonna go ahead on record. Mm-hmm. If you've ever had a B12 shot, or a shot for any sort of intramuscular shot, when you've had it at least once, you don't ever want to get it again.
Yeah,
that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
that's all I'm gonna say.
So that was fun. So to wrap it up with the dude, after I was like, yeah, I don't need that kind of thing, because it's so funny, because I'm sure almost everybody on this call is freaky in their own way. And you define whatever that is. But I know Master Matt gets this. I know Legionnaire. I know Robert. I know Atlas gets this. Where people be like, oh, well, whether you're a top or a bottom, if you're a bottom, they'd be like, oh, I can stretch your hole, I can do all sorts of things. And I'm sure Robert is like, I have somebody that can do that already.
Like, listen,
like, bitch, I need you
to do
that.
something that I can't get done.
Be like, let me be very clear. There is nothing that you can do that I don't already have a family
like I have access to get this
that can do.
Let me go
and it's the same for me. They'd be like, oh, you ain't never had nobody suck your dick the way. I was like, bitch, I have 3 men. Like, if I called one of them the slave right now and be like, I need my dick sucked right now, he would be here. And I set a timer. If I had one of them hourglasses, I would turn that shit upside down. And by the time before that sand ran out, he would be here sucking my dick. He would suck my dick right now under this table while this show is going on. So there's nothing that you could do, nothing that you can offer me that is going to beat that. So when the kids be like, oh, well, you ain't never had it like I have. Whatever it is that you do. And so for me, I fuck people when I go out of town because it's part of the fun.
Yeah. But I will say that to Franklin, you're no good. Heartbreaker. You're a liar. And you're a cheat. And I don't know why. Actually, I know why, because you listen. Oh my God.
The thing that
you my goodness.
Listen, do I occasionally have something and I'm just like, oh yeah.
You're sitting there like,
but usually when that happens, it's at the sex club or something. I was like, it's part of the fun.
And it's the excitement.
It's part of the fun and the excitement.
It's the sights, the smell, the feel, the like all of that excitement. I mean, that you can get that, but like that just adds to it and makes it even more intense.
Right.
But everybody's different. So
it's also and so these sort of things I just find funny because I'm just like, girl, there's top, bottom, versatile, whatever it is you're into. There is nothing that these randoms can do for you.
Yeah.
And usually, and because because people like me or Master Mac or you or Robert, we don't have to go out hitting up people. People hit us up. So never like if I did want to get fucked, it ain't going to be somebody like Mac that hits me up or somebody else that I would find attractive, on that once in a very rare, not even a blue moon. That chartreuse moon? I'm an orange moon. Exactly. That hits me up. It's always like, hey, my name. No, my name is Lindy. And I got plenty. And I'm just like, whatever itch I needed to scratch, you are the calamine lotion for it. So like, I'm 100% over it. So no.
Hey, Michelle, what's going on, boo?
Hey, Michelle. So anyway, so let's talk about a few. I'm just going to start referring to Herschel Walker as Big Dummy.
You big dummy.
Yeah, so
you big dummy.
Ethics experts say Big Dummy's U.S. Senate financial disclosure bears further scrutiny. So y'all know who Herschel Walker is. His son,
yeah.
It looks like the creature from.
I think he's the light. I was going to call him the light-skinned female version, but that would be mean and nasty. So I'm not going to say that. So I'm just going to say.
But it's accurate though.
Well,
the light-skinned female version of who?
Of himself, of Herschel. That's who his son is.
But he don't. The funny thing is that he doesn't look anything like Herschel Walker.
He does to me. He's just yellow.
I know, and I love. He's light skinned, but he's not pretty. He's light skinned. His forehead is huge. He's got the bug eyes. He just looks weird. He looks like that creature from. Not the Land Before Time, Ice Age. He looks like the creature from Ice Age.
Wait, from Ice Age? You're talking about the sleeve stack from like
No, from the one with the whatever that yellow creature is with the big huge eyes, with the one with the dinosaurs.
Yeah, so the yellow creature. You talking about the one that John Leguizamo was the voice of?
I think it was John Leguizamo's character.
He was a sloth, wasn't he? Not a sloth.
I think that was a sloth.
Was he a sloth or was he? I think he may have been. Yeah, maybe he was a sloth. I can't remember. But anyway, he's kind of funny looking. Yeah, he is. Yeah, I don't know what the hell is this character. What his
Sid is his name.
Yeah, but I don't know what he was actually supposed to be.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's a sloth. But that's what Christian. Yes, the sleeve stack from the land of the lost.
It's the land of the lost.
But anyway, so Big Dummy says he's in the race to face Raphael Warnock. He's the wealthiest candidate in the contest with a reported net worth between $29 million and $65 million. He reported more than $4 million in income from late 2020 to 2021. A review of his financial disclosure shows inconsistencies in reporting sources of income and positions, as well as a failure to list any sources that paid Walker more than $5,000. We can blah, blah, blah. We can dash over all this. What this boils down to is that can't even say he's black, but because he's conservative, the difference between, I think, liberals as a large umbrella and conservatives is that we would generally be like, oh, well, girl, your shit is fucked up. You can't represent us. Conservatives are just like, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
Well, listen, their biggest success story was 45.
Right.
Because so they got right up in there with all his fucked up paperwork.
Yeah, we believe in the purity of marriage, yet you chose a thrice divorced man who not only got divorced, but divorced because he was cheating on each one of the previous wives, so yeah. So we'll see how that goes, because the last poll I saw was that if in a likely poll, Raphael Warnock got 45% and Big Dummy got 49%.
Yeah,
so
but
it's essentially
he's not there. He may be leading right now, but as time goes on, I do not think. Let me not say I do not think. I would hope that people paid attention to articles like this that show that there is an inconsistency. And the thing is, if you're lying about your finances before you even get into the office, right? What are you going to say about policy, or what are you going to say about things that actually come up?
You know what? Listen, what is I do not want to stereotype and say that he is a big dumb jock, but he is a big dumb jock.
Well,
I'm not even sure how well he can read.
Well, listen, we know his son can read.
No, his son,
or at least he tries. Yeah, he tries to read.
She be trying to hit you with them kindergarten reads, and generally she comes after these white kids, the white gays, and so like,
and I guess it's black burn. They're like, ooh, burn.
Right. Most of the black gays are like, girl, we're not even checking for you. So whatever you say.
It's like, girl, did you need a coupon to get a drink? Is that what you needed? Like, girl, just
right, girl. So please just sit down somewhere. Yeah. Thank you, Nichelle. We live for your hate. But I just don't think. Can you just based on some of the dumb shit that he has said while he has been running? Can you imagine
Big Daddy? Big Dummy.
Yes. Can you imagine him like actually in the Senate? I'm just like, girl, don't say nothing, please. So my concern is that because the Democrats keep doing this Michelle Obama, when they go low, we go high shit, that's not what's going to win. But this, I mean, you can go low by just pointing out shit that he's done, and just, you don't have to listen. We can call him Big Dummy because we have this platform. Obviously, Reverend Raphael Warnock is not going to call this man Big Dummy. No, but you can point out all of the inconsistencies in his statement. You can talk about the fact that this whole can't read. So, I mean,
can you imagine the conversation between Big Dummy and Stacey Abrams? Can you imagine the conversation?
Child, would she even entertain a conversation with him?
Can you imagine? Because I feel like Stacey the entire time will be sitting there like this.
She's like, I have somewhere else to be.
Are you finished? Like, I'm sorry.
Right.
Are you done? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You 45 minutes to do the conversation about. Okay, the answer is no. Thank you. Can we go, please? Like, thank you. Let's go. Like, not a good look.
So, in good news on student loans, Hampton University's president, Dr. William H. Harvey, announced that the university would be dissolving all outstanding account balances for the spring 2022 semester and will not increase tuition, fees, room and board for the upcoming year. Last year, they made a similar announcement to alleviate financial burdens for undergrad students. They paid all outstanding balances owed by continuing undergrad students enrolled at the end of the spring 2021 semester. Last year, they also issued a $200 book scholarship to all enrolled students. In April of 2020, Dr. and Mrs. Harvey made a $100,000 matching donations, which provided each student on campus $100 to assist with travel costs. In May, the university sent direct deposits to each 2020 and 2021 graduate with a federal student loan of $500 towards repayment of that loan. Students who did not have loans received reimbursements of $150.
Hey, listen, get it where you can. And I'm glad that. So the thing for me is that why I like this story is that I'm happy that people are now making students aware of not having debt coming out of undergraduate and even graduate. And just so debt totally is not all bad. Let me be clear, because having some debt, and being good with that debt, meaning that you are paying it on time, is actually good. It's good for your credit. However, but having this insurmountable amount of, like, if you come out of undergraduate and you're owing like $80,000 worth of loans, that is absolutely just ridiculous.
And the thing is, I'm not saying $80,000. I am saying $80,000 worth of student loans is bad. But I'm also saying that, there are lots of positions that are requiring the kids to have master's degrees and are paying them.
Absolutely.
Listen, nothing. I don't know. I mean, I know how much I make an hour, but if our salary conversation starts in X number of dollars an hour, you don't pay me enough. We need to be talking about annual salaries.
Yeah, annual salary.
Because I just take whatever your salary is by the hour. With that number, I multiply that times 2,080, because that's the number in a year. And if that number don't get to where I'm trying to go, then we can't even have this conversations. But what I'm saying is that we've seen positions where they want people to have a master's degree that are paying $20, $25 an hour.
Listen,
do you know how much $25 an hour is times 2,008?
And
that is barely $50,000 a year.
They are serious. Listen, we have a position. We have a position starting at which is one of the reasons why I feel like there's so many open positions at my current job. It is for what they're asking you to have and what they're asking you to do. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, you're never going to get anybody in here. And the goal is to have someone to come in that is coming right out of graduate school. Well, baby, listen, if you're coming right out of graduate school, even if you just took your graduate loans, that's $20,500. So let's just start from the beginning.
And look at that payment.
Right. Let's start with $20,500. That's just for 1 year. So you're talking about $41,000.
Right.
If you took all loans out, because most graduate students, it's all loans. If you don't have a graduate assistantship, you don't have a scholarship, you're talking about $40,000 worth of loans coming out of just grad school alone.
Right.
We're not even talking about your undergrad, where you could have accumulated up to like $33,000 So we're talking about $40,000. So between your undergraduate and your graduate, you're talking about $73,000 worth of friggin' loans.
Right. And then what is the payment on that?
It's like $300 some a month for like.
Right. And then you're supposed to, so in an era of constantly rising,
or 400, I think it is.
Constantly rising home and other costs.
Oh yeah.
You're supposed to front all of this on the chance that you could grow into a position in 10 years. Like when I left FAMU, like tuition for out-of-state students was $5,000 a year. I can imagine it's at least triple or quadruple that
it was kind of high
at FAMU. Now, all universities have,
I think,
drastically increased. I mean, it used to be, and this is where people talk about baby boomers, where they're like, oh, well, I worked my way through college and
your tuition was $100 a credit.
Right. Yeah, you could do that. Or you could work on the side as a waitress and make enough money to pay.
Yeah.
But girl, the pay for a waitress is the same $2.13 an hour that it was when I was a waiter in the 90s. Yeah, you're supposed to be making tips. But then if the girls don't tip you, then you don't make no money.
Listen, and when you have a school, again, I speak about this because I used to work there.
Hey, Cortez.
58. Actually, now there's $60,000 for the year. Your tuition, room, board, fees, books.
At BCC?
No, at AU it was $60,000. Okay. No, it's $300 a credit. It's like $333 a credit.
Oh, okay.
So listen, you're talking about the tuition alone is everything in total is like it's over $60,000. So that's tuition, fees, room, board, books, $60,000 a year. So in 4 years,
right?
That's if you're on the 4-year plan,
right?
That's $240,000,
right?
So if you're on a 5-year plan, like I was,
right?
What the fuck? That's $300,000,
right?
That you listen,
right? When I was looking to get my master's degree, because I realized I went to a go get it school to get my undergrad because I left FAMU. I went to Strayer, got my bachelor's degree, and there's lots of girls that go to Strayers, and I've been very successful with that. But I was going to go I was looking at like American University or George Washington. American University was talking about $75,000 a year for tuition to get a master's degree. I was like, so that's $150,000 for a year. Bitch.
I tell people all the time,
you must be high.
If you want a graduate degree, baby, you better go get a job there. That's exactly what the fuck I did. I got a job there. You better get a job,
right?
You get a job. Listen, you will be tired in the motherfucker, but you get a job.
And like even companies that pay for your master's degree, they are not paying that level or something unless you got to have some special skill. So all of that is to say that
this is a great move.
This is a great move
that Hampton did.
And all of those endowments that these universities are sitting on, this is what those money should go to.
Right. That's a correct statement. What it should go to. But unfortunately, you have institutions like, I'm not going to name any names, but one of the institutions I used to work at that have these huge ass endowments, and the kids are fucking struggling.
Yeah.
They have shitty ass dorms. They have water problems.
Howard University. I mean, they be talking about how fabulous Howard University is. I was like, girl, there is mushrooms growing in your dormitory.
The endowments are amazing, but the kids have to fight for some of the basic things that they should have for the amount of tuition that they are paying a year.
So ridiculous. Tell us about
J-Lo
and Ben
Affleck. Bennifer is it Bennifer or no? This is
I think this is Bennifer.
I think it's the original Bennifer.
Original Bennifer, yes.
Bennifer is back on. So Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck are engaged. Jennifer shared her engagement news on the J-Lo newsletter. How fly is that on the J-Lo? Like, I like that.
Right.
On last Friday. So it was complete with a video of a very special green engagement ring she received from Ben. Now the rumor has it that this damn green engagement ring that she has was like over 35 carats, I think they said. Anyway, this green engagement ring was amazing. But anyway, their news comes a year after they rekindled their romance. They previously began dating in 2002, got engaged in November before postponing their September 2003 wedding, just days before the date. And then they called off the engagement in January of 2004. the thing about this green ring is that Jennifer Lopez has always said that green is one of her favorite colors.
Yes.
When we think about, and it's always brought her luck. When we think about all the things that have gone on in her life. The one green, the other memorable green thing was that damn Versace gown,
and so that did bring her luck. I mean,
we're gonna stop it there
because before that, I mean, she was just like Jennifer Lopez.
Well,
after that, she was J-Lo.
She was J-Lo when she dropped the album.
But I mean, as far as the world knew,
she was Jennifer Lopez.
They knew who J-Lo was because of that green dress.
Right. So
and back she still wear it too.
Oh yeah, and she wore it again at the second. Remember,
she wore it on Saturday Night Live or something.
I think it was, but then also Carrie Colby wore it on Drag Race. But we'll come back to that. But anyway, back in February, Lopez told people that what makes their connection different now compared to 18 years ago, saying that they're older now, they're smarter, we have more experience, we're at different places in our lives, we have kids now, and we have to be very conscious of those things. And you know what? I'm here for all that because sometimes you just don't know what the hell you have at 15 or 16 or at 20 and 30. But then when you get into your 50s, you're like, okay, wait a minute, I got this. Like, this is good. Like, we know where we are. So I wish them luck. I actually really liked them together at the time.
I do, but I wish them luck. I'm gonna just need Ben Affleck to stop saying shit about Jennifer Garner.
So for me, the issue is you're mad at Jennifer Garner or you're talking about Jennifer Garner, who is the mother of your children.
That's my point.
But the other part is you married her.
Right.
You had kids with her.
But the things that he's been saying about her, like he talked about how he basically blamed his drinking and stuff on her.
He blamed his so this is called displacement. You're blaming your unhappiness that you married her on her,
right,
when the unhappiness was caused by you because you didn't marry the Jennifer that you wanted.
Exactly.
Let's be clear.
Exactly.
Like, and everybody else in this world saw it except for him. I don't know what the problem was.
I mean, but people do that all the time. It's like you don't get, for whatever reason, you don't have the opportunity to marry the person you love. So you take the next best thing and you try to make it work and you soothe that through drinking or drugs or prostitution or a combination thereof. But just say that I wish there's just better ways to say it than to talk shit about the mother of your child. And for women, the same thing. It's better ways to talk about it than to talk about the father of your children in a place that they can see it. I mean, you just talk whatever you want in front of your girlfriends or with your boys, but don't say that on People Magazine. It was like Jennifer Garner is the reason that drove me to drink. No, she made it possible for you to drink without consequences.
And then there's that. So,
not that I am not a Jennifer Garner stan or anything like that.
The best thing she ever did for me was Alias. That's the best thing she ever did for me.
But she's always seemed like a nice person, and she doesn't seem. Listen, and I'm not in their relationship. She could have been an awful person. She could have been a nagging, right here. But from the outside, it seemed like all she did was concentrate on trying to keep the marriage together and make sure the kids were taken care of.
Hey, Spectre.
Hey, Spectre. So anyway, all right. So
so I wish them luck. Congratulations. But okay, so here's the story of the day. So listen, if any of you out there know me, you already know how this story would have ended.
Did you know me?
Let me be clear.
So you know how I would have been like, what?
So a 19-year-old kid named Jose Nunez Romanes, I hope I pronounced his name correctly, of Albuquerque, New Mexico, went to the ATM to pull out money to purchase socks for his grandfather. Not far off, close to the machine, he saw a pack brimming with cash. He glanced around to check whether the proprietor is even close, yet nobody appeared to be searching for the cash. Now, as per KRQE, the station in Albuquerque, the sack contained $135,000 altogether in cash. Romanes, or I know I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly. I'm so sorry.
It's probably Romanese.
Okay, that sounds Romanese. Romanese could decide to take it and spend it. Yet he realized he expected to make the wisest decision. And he said in the back of his head, he was simply thinking about his folks and what particularly his mother would have done. And he said what she would do when I got back home with the cash and how she would manage her opportunity, which would have been a flip-flop to hit me. he said flippantly, he said, I made the best choice and I realized my folks are glad and my family is pleased also. Now, it worked out now, the thing is, the cash was supposedly left behind accidentally by a subcontractor who was there to fill the ATM. And for his great deeds, Romanese was respected by Mayor Tom Keller and the police chief. And they were talking about how, as a youngster...
Go ahead and finish your story.
As a youngster...
Go ahead and finish it. Go ahead.
I'm having flashbacks.
Go ahead. Y'all can't see because it's halfway out of the screen, but y'all see this. Go ahead and finish your story.
How he just was a great example of what a youngster should have done. And he got some money from he got $500 in educational costs from PNM, which I believe is the company that was to do the bank or to change out the ATM. Mm-hmm. And then also El Patron gave him $500 in real money in addition to the $500 voucher that he got. ESPN said gave the family season tickets for the University of New Mexico's football crew. And so again, everybody's very happy with him and very pleased about what he did. Now, let me tell you a little story about a man named Epic. Because when Epic was a little boy, mm-hmm. and if Epic had been to the ATM at 19 years old, mm-hmm. and I'd have looked down and saw that little bag there, mm-hmm. I'd have politely picked that bag up, mm-hmm. and I'd have politely walked on around the corner and got into my car, did whatever. I wouldn't have said nothing to nobody. Mm-hmm. Once I got back in the house and I counted out that money, because I don't trust 10, 20, 30,
right.
40, 50. I'd have my door closed and everything else. My mother would have probably been in the background screaming, "Why is my door closed? I'm not closing the doors tomorrow." Okay, all right, girl. I'd have put that underneath my bed. And then I would have probably called my uncle, the one that I'm not talking to right now, and mm-hmm. I'd have been like, "So what should I do with this type of money?" And my uncle would have been like, "What?" My ass would have been on a plane somewhere. I'd have left and done something frivolous and then came back and probably buried that money for about another 5 or 10 years. And then I'd try to figure out what I'm going to do with it because ain't nobody searching for it. Mm-hmm. That's probably what I would have done. As for you?
So, you are young Mr. Romanese. You return the money and you come home and say, "Abuela, I found a bag with $135,000 in it that was just sitting on the street and I returned it." So say those things to me.
"Abuela, I found a bag sitting on the street with $135,000 in it."
What? Oh, you found a bag with $100,000?
But
thank you, Jesus. Jesus.
But Abuela, I returned it.
What is why? You know what this could have done for our family? We could have paid off all of our bills. You stupid boy. You stupid boy.
But it wasn't ours. We had to turn it back.
It was found money. Was there a little blue pack that exploded in the bag? No. That means someone dropped it and lost it. And what did we get? Oh, you got $500. We got season tickets to a college football team.
Listen.
You stupid boy.
Best friend said I would have been
dog.
Your prison pen pal. Oh my God.
Now, let's be clear. Because $135,000, you can't just deposit that kind of money.
No.
The first thing you do, you just go on living your life for 6 months. And you don't do nothing with the money for 6 months. Literally, do not touch that money for 6 months. Because if someone comes to you and like if the police show up and be like, "Here's every dime of it," in 6 months. Because if they don't come in 6 months, that means no one knows where the money went to. they have no, because in 6 months,
yeah,
they would have been able to review the footage. They would have done whatever. So I wouldn't have done anything with it for 6 months.
Yeah.
Then it really would have been like buried in the backyard, and we don't take out but like $10,000-$12,000 a year to do something that feels like frivolous. You could theoretically save up that kind of money.
Right.
Like you go on a trip. Now, don't be doing nothing lavish. No. Don't be buying a Maybach, or don't be going on a trip to Dubai. Don't go on like a $15,000-$20,000 trip. Go back in I'm just assuming that they're Mexican.
They were some Latina.
Wherever their family is from. Jose Nunez Romanese is from, his parents,
Albuquerque,
wherever his family is from, meaning because he could have been born in this country for all we know. But grandparents, great-grandparents, wherever that family is from, that they still have ties and connections to, you go visit them, but you ain't got to stay in that little hot-ass house.
Yeah.
You can stay in the local El Marriott.
Listen, or Holiday Inn or whatever.
Something. But no, there is no way that I would have immediately returned the money unless, so like if you open the bag and like if it say like Brinks on it or something, but like, if it's just in like an unmarked bag or something, and then when you look through it and if it don't explode on you,
no packs, it'd be like,
then that means that money is not missed by anybody. That is a blessing from the universe, honey.
Listen, I already know what I would have done. Like I see it. I know. I already know.
Yeah.
Was that the doorbell?
I would. Yeah, that's okay. I would not have spent it on myself. I would have certainly shared it, and what I would have done is because I would have asked Abuela what to do. I would have asked the parents. Now, if they say return it, then fine. But girl, that would have been like a family decision. Jesu Cristo did it. There you go. Won't he do it? Won't he do it?
You know what?
Won't he do it?
Yeah, I already know what would have happened. And in fact, one of the people that's on this live right here, they'd have been like, bitch, what we gonna do? How we gonna do this? You want to keep half of it? Like, how you want me to do this? Like,
but I would have told nobody outside of the family.
At that time, I probably would have. Because I know where my head would have been mentally. I would have probably said something to that.
And then also, right, because how I would have responded to it then versus how I would have responded to it now.
Oh, bitch, listen.
With 50 years of experience.
Cool as a motherfucking cucumber.
You would have never known the fucking difference. I would not have accelerated my plan to move to Florida.
I'd have did everything I was supposed to do.
Slowly had the money to fix all of this shit up and just get it all done. And, no.
Yep, I get it. But anyway, congratulations to them, and so good that you did the right thing.
Listen, what he did was the right thing.
Happy for you.
It was the right thing to do, but was it the correct thing to do? Those are two different questions.
Well, we're going to go ahead and give it that. Yeah. But anyway, so next up, Chloe Bailey actually joined.
I'm just mad,
motherfucking icon.
Can I just go back to this? They only gave this motherfucker $500 for educational cost. We just had this whole conversation about how expensive it is to go to university. And if they had said, girl, we're giving you apparently University of New Mexico, if they had been like, we're giving you a full ride to University of New Mexico, then something, but $500 and free football tickets does not feel.
You could have had 135. I'm just saying.
Right. I mean, it just, if you want to make a statement that here you should do the right thing, then you're like, yeah, this person did the right thing in spite of what Dominion and Epic said. So we're going to pay for your schooling.
Listen, you would have been dead in the fingers after you count all that money, but you'd have had it. I'm just saying.
Right.
Dead in the fingers. I'm just
all
saying.
Right. So Chloe Bailey.
But anyway, so Chloe joined Drag Race icon Simone for a Treat Me performance. So
the last thing I'll say on it, since it was, maybe he did do the right thing, and here's why. Now that we know that the money was left behind by the subcontractor who should fill the ATM. I think those bills, they know what those bills numbers are, don't they?
So they probably are numbered.
I don't say that they're marked, but they know that
numbered.
They put
they know the sequence of the numbers of
the bill. So when you go spend that first 100, depending on how much effort they put into this, they'll be like, oh, well, wait a minute, this was part of that money that went missing.
Yeah, that could be it. But again, I probably wouldn't count that money. That I wouldn't spend that money that way. Not in 2020.
No, here's what you do.
That's what I'm saying.
I would not save your money.
No.
Take your ass to Grand. No. Go save that money. Go to Grand Cayman. Put that shit in the bank in the Grand Cayman. Then you just use that money back and forth from the Grand Cayman,
or
allegedly.
Or I would have called my cousins and I'd have been like,
handle it.
I need you to squish this around a little bit and then bring it back to me in this amount. Thank you very much. And you can keep 10% of it.
And don't ask no questions. That don't be in my business.
That's it. I ain't even got to do no trip to the Grand Caymans. That's just do that. But
we don't talk about that.
So Chloe Bailey.
Yes.
RuPaul's Drag Race Season 13 winner Simone had a special guest join her on stage during her performance at Gloss WeHo, the club night put on by her drag and artistry collective, the House of Avalon. So that includes Gigi, Couture, and all them. While performing Treat Me, Chloe's new single, Simone had the treat of having Bailey herself join her to the crowd's surprise. Bailey looked like she was having the time of her life and said so on social media. So Chloe tweeted, "Last night was like a movie," she wrote. "Thank you, Simone, for letting me join you on stage when you performed Treat Me. I was so happy." The performance comes as Bailey discusses Treat Me and her upcoming album, which she revealed on Ask Chloe Twitter, in an Ask Chloe Twitter thread that it's complete. So both Bailey and Simone have used art to come out of their shells and fully express themselves. And I thought it was a great thing because the video was really cute the way they did it. And so when she got on stage with Simone and all the confetti started falling, she was spinning around it. So I see why she said it felt like a movie. But it was really, 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 really cute. So, and the Treat Me song is actually kind of cute. Have you seen the video for that? It's kind of cute. So I think it's not her first song, but it's kind of cute. So,
gotcha.
But people gave the video guff because they were saying how it's like a awful, like this, it's not really great. It's not as good as the first song, but the visuals are cute. Okay. So, but in other Drag Race news, we just found out today, and it was so funny because I literally was sitting there and I was like,
right.
I was literally,
you know what that's called? Synergy.
We right there.
My mind,
right
your
there.
mind, your
we
mind
right
to my mind.
So there's going to be an All Stars winter season 7, and the cast was just announced today. Let's jump right the fuck in it. Yes. Instead of bringing back the queens who sashayed away without the grand prize in their Drag Race proper seasons, RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars will see a cast of all former winners compete for the title of Queen of All Queens and a cash prize of $200,000. Listen, RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars will begin streaming on Paramount
They get that Paramount Plus money
on May 20th.
So it's
and listen,
up.
Get into all the people.
All right.
So we got the 8 winning.
So I'm going to give you ups or downs. Ups or downs. Okay. All right. So without conversing ahead of time. All right.
All right. So the 8 winning queens set the return.
Meaning, do we think that do we see it for them?
Yes. Okay, I got it. The 8 winning queens set to return to the Drag Race stage are Season 12's Jada Essence Hall, Season 5's Jinx Monsoon, All-Stars winner Monet Exchange.
We had a disagreement there.
And Trinity the Tuck. Season 3's Raja.
Well, I'm I'm in the middle about Raja.
All-Star Season 5, Shea Coulee.
And I'm going to say why.
Drag Race UK's The Vivian.
I have no.
I was about to say because I couldn't even figure out who she was. And Season 11's Evie Oddly. Compared to the rest of the girls, I don't know. I'm kind of like, yeah.
But so anyway. I'm definitely going to watch.
Yes,
all the shit that we said about
because it was hard.
It's all still true. It's all still true. But
Yeah.
These are rock stars.
These rock stars.
Right.
These rock stars for me have made watching Drag Race memorable in some. Like I have memorable moments with each of them. Yes. Yeah. Jada's look over there. Jinx Monsoon was her damn. Yes. Raja was
that is going to be an epic snatch game.
Listen, these bitches better bring it. Shea Couleé's, well, her Flavor Flav was good. All her runways were good.
Yes.
Like she was a dancing soul, and I just absolutely love that about her.
All right, Monet. So well, first of all, let's start at the top. Jada Essence Hall. Yes, we both saw it for her.
I kind of didn't put my thumb up for her, but I feel like Jada is good, but I don't know what this.
Feel like
if she's going to rise to the top.
I didn't think she was going to do as well as she did, but she had a good ability to vamp. And if she can like roll with the punches, I think she can go far. Do I think she's going to win? Maybe not.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to win.
Jinx Monsoon, definitely don't see it for her.
Well,
because I feel like Jinx Monsoon, when you hear about what went on behind the scenes, it was like they set Jinx Monsoon up to win at the expense of the other girls. So is Jinx Monsoon talented? Has she done a lot with her life? Yes. But up against Jada, Shea Couleé, Trinity, Evie Oddly, and Monet Exchange, I feel like she's going to be like the first one to go home.
Let's go on to the next person.
Okay. Monet. Why do you want to see it for Monet?
I love Monet, and Monet is that bitch. Like I would love to have her with Monet. I think she's that chick.
Yes.
And she's good, but she's not that good. Like so for me, her and Bob are the same person. House and Ever. Bob is completely talented.
Bob
the drag queen.
I know. It's like no shade.
It's like two different sides.
No shade to Monet. But
right, no shade to Bob either.
Monet is good, but Bob is who Monet aspires to.
Monet is the great value version of
Bob.
And that's I love Bob. And I mean I love Bob
Monet.
And I love Monet. And especially Monet's been doing pit stop and she's been looking fucking flawless.
Yes, and so maybe she's been prepping for this.
So maybe, but I feel like even her entrance look, the way I looked at the queens and what she had on, I was kind of like, girl.
Yeah, I didn't really see that. I saw what she was giving. She was giving character from Lovecraft Country with the pigtails all over.
I'm talking about with the brawny outfit.
Oh no,
the entrance. Oh, you got to see it. It's like but anyway.
Trinity, I just never really cared for
Trinity. Now, let me be clear. Trinity is absolutely motherfucking gorgeous. Trinity, listen, there's not one bitch that can beat her. The Trinity beat on her face reminds me of, or puts me in the vein of, two of the baddest women that's ever been across that stage and has painted their face. One of which is Nina Flowers.
Yes.
And the other one is Chanel. They are some painting bitches. Trinity takes beautiful pictures and she paints the shit out of her face for pictures.
Yes.
And it's amazing. She's so fucking amazing. The look. Her talent.
That's what I'm saying. I don't really see the level of talent.
Questionable. But I think it's her look. She nails the look. So that's why I think I'm going to lean towards her maybe coming in the top 4.
Okay. Raja. I just don't like Raja as a person.
Raja, she seems like a bitch. That's what
She feels like a real see you next Tuesday.
Yeah, she feels like, and she's good at what she does as far as makeup and all that type of stuff. And the bitch turns a look. She turns a look, but it's something about her that's it's
very off-putting.
Dead behind the eyes.
It's very that. Shea Couleé, and here's why I said it's a down on Shea Couleé. Not because I don't think she could win, but I feel like she went into her all-star season with something to prove, and I just don't think she has anything left to prove to these girls
I think she's a rock star, and I think she just
I agree.
No,
I just think that she's going to be like halfway through. She's like, girl, I don't need all of this.
I think she has a lot to bring, and I think, like you said, she did come back for All-Stars. She had something to prove, and she did. But I feel like she still has more to give. So I feel like she might.
So I mean, I think she could go far, but
I think so. I definitely she's the top 4.
The Vivian, I
can't even judge the Vivian because I didn't watch it at all. But I know somebody. So best friend said the Vivian is good, but will not stand up to the sisters on the show.
And Legionnaire agreed.
Okay, so
and then Evie Oddly, I fucking love Evie Oddly. Will she win again? I feel like she's gonna break her leg in like the 3rd episode.
I feel like something health-wise may prevent her. But
I feel like she always was able to adapt to the challenge, and every time they counted Evie Oddly out on her season, she came back, and that was like when she won. And like her weird, I loved the way that when they were like, well, we want to see glamour. Well, she gave you glamour as like horror movie glamour.
Yeah, she did.
She gave you, if you want glamour, well, I'm going to give you Carrie Prom Night glamour.
Well, and let's be clear, Raja did that first.
Okay.
The Carrie Prom Night with the bucket and the blood, and Raja did that first.
Well, good for
her.
I
mean, Raja has.
So I think Evie could go far, but I feel like she's going to have some sort of a health challenge or something.
Yeah.
So either way, I'm looking forward to it on May 20th. So we will be.
Oh no, we will be
reviewing that.
That one will be reviewing. But here's my prediction for top 4.
Okay. And there's only 8 of them.
It's only 8 of them, so it's only half of them. So I hope it's not. First of all, I hope we don't drag this shit out like they did with this motherfucking 11
episodes.
Yeah. So the top 4, I see Shay in the top 4. I also see who did I say?
You said Shay.
Shay. Vivian is the wild card for me.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I don't know enough about her. But so I see Shay and I see Jinx. And I also
see Jinx in the top?
I see Jinx in the top 3. I don't know why. I just see her in the top.
I see Trinity in the top. I just don't see it for Jinx.
But I see that's just it. She's that weird combination of things.
Unless she went through some therapy and got some shit together, because I feel like she was dealing, no shade, but she was in that season with Roxy and Party City and
the Alaska Talks.
Right.
So Roxy,
I feel,
Alaska,
but these girls are too strong to be distracted by all of that foolishness.
Yeah.
And all of that stuff that she did, because she did do an amazing Snatch Game. But not all of these, but most of these, actually all of these women have done an amazing Snatch Game. So they're all like at the same level. And I feel like,
listen here, young man, don't come out here starting your shit.
Just ignore it. Just ignore it.
Just ignore it.
Just ignore it.
Listen,
just ignore it.
I got my box cut in the car.
Just let it go.
You come on here starting
just let it go. Just let it go. But he did call me best friend, and then you are an epic. So there we go. Hey, best friend, other best friend. Anyway, so you said
I'm sorry.
Shay.
So I'm thinking Shay, Jinx. I think Trinity, and I also feel that Raja may pull something out of her hat to be in the top 4. So that's kind of where I'm at.
I don't see it for Raja. Don't see it for Trinity. I mean, Trinity and I don't necessarily want an all black season, but I think it's Jada, Shay, Monet, and Trinity.
Okay.
Jada's kind of on the cusp too, because I just think Jada was so fucking gorgeous.
So we have,
but I feel like
we have Shay and Trinity.
I feel like that season where she won, no shade to the other girls, but
they weren't that good.
Bar was relatively low.
So we have in common. We think the two are going to be Shay and Trinity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Evie Oddly could sneak. I mean, any of these.
And the Vivian is the wild card. Let me be clear. Because I've looked at some
Vivian
of her
and Evie Oddly are kind of the wild card to me.
Okay, barring any health challenges.
Yeah,
barring any health challenges.
Because that bitch be bending over. I was like, one of these times her knee is just gonna snap.
Yeah, and if she paints, if she does a pretty, because when Evie painted pretty, it was absolutely gorgeous.
But I think for Evie, the thing that got me was that even when she wasn't pretty, it was always on. It's on her brand. It was on brand.
Yeah.
And so whether it was glamorous, but Evie Oddly style.
Yeah.
So
either
way, we're definitely going to watch it.
Yeah, we'll be watching it.
And listen, exciting.
We'll have our PowerPoints, because I'm looking forward to this, because these bitches better bring it. Now I'm trying to figure out how they're going to do this with these eight contestants, whether it's going to be 4 episodes or 5 episodes. Or because they're going to have
at least 6 or 7 episodes.
Well, probably not. You know what I mean? Unless they do some drag it out again shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and hopefully this whole fucking chocolate bar and all this other bullshit goes away.
Yeah, because and then tomorrow is the reunion for.
I haven't watched.
Not tomorrow.
So I don't care.
Friday is the reunion for the
current
season, and apparently there's some drama that went on. But I'm not really. Yeah. Raja's and Marie Antoinette. So okay,
I don't remember because that was the first season. I watched seasons 1 and 2, but then Raja was season 3. I didn't watch season 3. So
she was season 3. Raja was on there with what's her face? She's trans. Carmen Carrera. Carmen Carrera is a beautiful.
I don't think I watched that season.
Oh, she's a beautiful woman. Oh my goodness. But Raja's Marie Antoinette, it was cute, and it was cute at the time, but I wasn't necessarily feeling it. But I mean, it spoke, but you know, we're gonna see how that goes.
It gave something.
It did. It gave a little something. So I don't know. Mm-hmm. But we're gonna see. We're definitely gonna make sure we watch that. But like I said, the reunion for the current season is coming up on this Friday.
Excellent.
And so yeah, we'll see how that goes. But anyway.
Well, all right. I think it's about time to get into this beautiful bean footage.
Yep. Get into it.
Well, all right, that was fun. We were just saying that, you know, as soon as we saw that season 7 was coming out, we was like, oh, well,
yeah.
Despite all of the other shit that we said about Drag Race, we will be watching this season
because I'm looking forward to it. I want to see how this is going to roll, and I would have loved for them to make it to have all of the winners come back. You know what I mean? That would have been nice.
To then every season?
Yeah, like to have because then it would
have been like 14.
It would have been 14 contestants. Yeah, it would have been 14 contestants, and they would have went through the show, and we would have been able to see like the Queen of all queens, and I would have been fine with that. But
well, we already know BB Sarah Bonet would have been at the bottom.
Yeah, BB. And listen, I like BB, but I still say BB shouldn't have won. But that's just my own personal thing.
You thought it was Nina?
I thought Nina should have won. But however, I will also say that I love Nina, but baby, at the time she just couldn't talk.
Not at all.
But then again, it could have ushered in a brand new thing for a lot of people. Yeah. So, but listen, she's doing very well anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah, she's doing very well anyway.
I think she just had a birthday.
Oh, did she? BB. Oh, happy birthday today to motherfucking Al Green. Today's
Al Green is still alive?
Yeah. Al Green's birthday is today.
Well, God bless him. Happy birthday.
Yeah, 76 years old.
He's only 76? I don't know why I thought he was like 99 years old.
Yes, he's 76. So happy birthday, Al Green. So listen.
Love and happiness make you want to do wrong. That's all I know.
Make you want to do right.
Wait a minute. Something's wrong.
3 o'clock in the morning. 3 o'clock in the morning.
That's
yeah, that's all I got. I can do the breakfast.
Right.
That's all I got. Yeah.
All right. Well, as usual, we thank you all so much for being here, for taking time out of your schedule to come and hang out with us. It's been fun as usual. What's going on this weekend? This is a low-key weekend for me. I'm gonna get my nails did. I got an eye doctor appointment.
Looking forward to the low-key weekends. I swear to God,
last weekend I didn't set my alarm clock either day. I just got up when I got up on Friday.
Isn't that a wonderful fucking feeling?
Sunday. Isn't it a blessing?
Baby, you sit back and you're like, bitch, I ain't gotta be nowhere. I gotta do nothing.
Right, you be in the bed, you be like, oh, I'm gonna go set this. Oh,
Wait a minute.
I have nowhere to be.
And
I'll get up when I fucking wake up.
And then the best part of that is if you roll up and you got a little something next to you, you could actually get a little something in the morning too. Like,
hallelujah.
Like, what is going on? This is a good day. I feel like Ice Cube.
Right. Today was a good day. I didn't even have to use my AK.
Like, come on. Oh, it's Easter.
Oh, well.
Thanks, Bougie.
Well, see how important that was to us.
Yeah.
And on that note,
thank you all for tuning in. God bless and good night.
Mufasa stays on the shit, don't he? Anytime for my best friend and Epic. Ciao.
You know I'm great to tell you, just like, listen, I'm going into motherfucking fame when Leroy came in and auditioned for the motherfucking dance company. And he was up there dancing. And he's doing his thing, and he's doing pirouettes across the floor, and she's sitting up there shaking her ass. And when they said they're gonna take her, you know what she said? Fuck you, Leroy! I ain't gonna come to this motherfucking school anyway. Fuck you and this motherfucker. Fuck this school, shit. And I'm marching out. So that's what I'm saying to you.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless you, and good night. Sister, you've been on my mind. Oh, sister, we're two of a kind. So, sister, I'm keeping my eyes on you. One more verse. I bet you think you don't know nothing but singing the blues.
Woo!
Oh, sister, have I got news for you? Something. I hope you think that you're something too. Oh, don't play it. All right. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless you. Good night.
This is my album cover pose.
Bye.
Click the button.